Hello friends, this is lesson 15 of Big Data Hadoop with Python. In today's lecture we are going to cover the following topics. First, I will write a program called Wordcount program. Then we will be testing the program locally. After that we will write and run the program on Hadoop cluster. Now this is the program Wordcount program which I have already written. So before explaining this program how it is working, let me explain here how to test locally the program and how to run it on Hadoop cluster. So testing locally means before running the script on Hadoop cluster, it is better to test the program on local file system. Why we are doing this? Because here we will be checking and testing if there is any error or any problem. So we have to remove the errors and correct the errors, and after that we can run the program on Hadoop cluster. So before running it on Hadoop cluster, it is better and recommended to test the program locally. And locally means the program, the file will be read from the local file system. So how can we test the program locally? If you remember in previous lecture, we said we have to type pig, then execution type, and here we have to type local. So after that, pressing the enter, we'll be getting pig shell interface, and the pig shell interface we can use either exec name of the program with extension of pig, or we can type here run then name of the program with extension pig, or directly you can run it from here also, means you can put the name of your program here also, like wordcount.pig. This is also the way you can run the program locally, or otherwise you have to simply write pig execution type then local, you press enter, you will get the pig shell interface. From there you can type exec then name of your program with extension, or you can type run. After testing the program locally, then it means it is ready to run it on Hadoop cluster. So for that, after the program is tested locally and has no error, then you can run the program on Hadoop cluster. And how can we run it there? So we have to type here pig execution type, instead of local this time we will be typing MapReduce, not local, MapReduce you have to type, and name of your program with extension. Here this is called the script or pig script which we have already written. So here you put the name of your program with extension, and here MapReduce, and you press the enter key, it will run the program on Hadoop cluster. Otherwise, instead of this, you can remove this also and simply type like pig execution type MapReduce, or simply by typing pig press enter, you will get the pig shell interface. From there also you can run the program on Hadoop cluster just by typing, instead of run and exec you have to type pig then followed by script and its extension. Let us see all these things practically, friends, then you will better understand. I will open the terminal here. So here is the terminal. First I have to connect to HD user. So the password is 123 cd, I will say okay, cd home directory of HD user, clear the screen. So before typing and running the program, Wordcount program, I will first test a simple script and create a simple script how to run it locally in Hadoop cluster. Then after that we will run the Wordcount program. So for that, let's first start the services, I mean Hadoop services. See, GPS we are typing, so the services are not running now. I have to start the services by start/all.sh. Now the services will be running, then after that we can upload the file and run it on Hadoop cluster. The services or yarn services in HDFS services. Now if I'm typing GPS, so you see the services are running. Now we can see what do we have there in Hadoop cluster. If you remember, we were using Hadoop fs then ls. I will go to user, then there we have something called HD user. Let me see what do we have there. So these are the files which we have already uploaded, the directories which we have created. This is the new directory, temp directory, input directory, and these are the data sets. Now let me see whether we have something here within this or not. So I will put here input. Yeah, see friends, we have already uploaded the file here. So I will run this file, and as an input I will consider this one, and we will read it and run it on Hadoop cluster. How can we do that? First I will create a script by saying sudo gedit, and here I say pig script, right, dot pig we have to type, and the password is 123. So here I have to write some operators of pig, like if you remember, I say record is equal to load, from where we are going to read the file. So you know that the file is here, this file I am going to read, this one, input. So for that I'm typing here, you go to user, within user hd user, and there we have something input, this folder we have, yeah, there was not, yeah, input, I'm reading from this one. Within this, if you remember here, we have input.txt. So let me go to that directory. So input, and within input we have something input.txt. So this is the input which is reading from or loading from there. Now the second thing what we have to do is we can dump or we can store the file. If you want to store it, so if you remember, we were using store keyword, store the file. Which file? Record into, here you have to give the path, like I want to store it in the same directory, I will store it in this directory hd. So I say okay, you go to user hd user, and there you create a directory called output, and you put the file there, the output, right? So this is the way, this is a simple script. So let me save it and then close it. Now here we have to know how to run the script. So different ways are there. The first way is like typing pig, here you have to type execution type, and then you have to type map reduce, like this, right? And then the name of program. What is the name of program? It was pig script dot pig. So press enter key and see how it is running on MapReduce. It is taking some time, friends. We have to wait until it is mapped and executed on Hadoop cluster. So it is taking some time. We have to be patient. So let me pause it because it is taking some time, and after that I will show you how. Yes friends, the program is run and it is completed. Here it is showing us pig script completed in 2 minutes 52 seconds. So it is totally, it has taken this much time. So that was the reason I paused the video. Now here if you come, here also it is showing us from here. So successfully read the records from this directory, and the file was input. So it means it has completely read the file successfully, and the output here it is showing us the output is written here within this directory called hd user. So you go to user, then we have hd user, and there we have something called output, and within that output the file is output file is created. Let me go to that directory and see whether the file is created or not. cd, I say sorry, Hadoop fs, then ls, have to go to user, then hd user, and there we have something called output. Let me see and list whether there is something or not. Yeah, here it is showing us this is the output, friends. The output is created. Now I want to display the output, so I have to write port, then m followed by 5 zeros, and instead of ls here you have to type cat. Yeah, so this is the file which we run on Hadoop cluster. So this is the way how to execute the program and how to write the script and then how to run it on Hadoop cluster. Now let's see and write the word count program here. So I will type here sudo gedit, then I will say word count dot pig, and I will open the file here. It is already written here, friends. I will take the and copy and paste it here. Yeah, now let's see, friends, how it is working. First of all, we have to load the file we are going to manipulate. So here we have to give the full path and the name of the file we have to mention. After that, if you remember, I told you this for each record how it is reading the we have to specify which columns you are going to read. So I'm using here for each of these records. First you have to convert it into flatten. Flattens means you have to convert all in this form, from multi-dimensional array into a single dimensional array. So since the file is in multi-dimensional form, first it will be converting into a one-dimensional form, then it will tokenize it. So it means it will split word by word, and here we are taking the first index. If you remember, in previous lecture we talked about $0 means the first index, and that will be considered as word, right? Then we are grouping all those terms by word, and they are grouped. And then here again, for each group terms, generate count. Here we are counting the number of repeated words. For example, if the first word is like 8, second type, if 8 is coming, then it will count the number of 8. Instead of taking this 8 for the second time, it is not taking, but it is already taken first time, only it will increment its counter. So here it is counting, and then again it is grouping that. So here we have to mention where we want to store the result, and again you have to specify the directory where you want to store the output. So this is the program already written. I will save it, and first we have to go and mention from where we want to read the file, and here I have to specify where we want to store the output. So I will go to here, and let's see whether we have any file here or not. I will clear a new directory, create a new directory, Hadoop fs, then I say ls, you go to user, and within that user we have hd user, and here you create a new directory called pig. Now the pig directory here, here we have to say make directory. So the directory is created, but it is empty, there is no file within this. So what we have to do, I will put a file. If you remember, I have to upload a file. So I say put, what is the file? File is input.txt. You go to here, and within this you just put the file here in this directory. Now the file is uploaded. Let me see whether the file is here or not. So instead of this, I will put ls, and you see whether the file is uploaded. Yeah, the file is uploaded to this directory. So now we can give this path there in the load of the program, and then we can specify the output of that as well, right? Now again I will open the program. This is word count program, and here I have to specify the path from where we want to read. So I say you go to user, and from user you go to hd user, and there we have something called pig, and within this directory there is a file called input.txt. you read this file, right? This is input. Now where you want to store the output, in the same directory I want to store the output as well. So I say you go to the same directory user, then hd user, and there is something called pig, and within that you create a new directory called output, and you store the result within this output directory. So now save the file and close it. Now let me run the program, how it is loaded and how it is run. So simply I will type pig, and then I will get the pig shell here. So from here also you can run the program, as I told you here there are different ways. Yeah, so I only type pig, I got the shell interface. So here you have to type this command like pig. Let me clear the screen, and here I am writing pig and then word count dot pig. From here also you can run the program. Sorry, let me run word count dot pig. Yeah, it is reading the file from there. So sorry friends, here then instead of this pig you have to use run, or you can use exec, the same as what we have here. This is a mistake you have to remember. So it is taking some time friends, we have to wait and we have to be patient until we get the result. So many text will be dumped on the screen. Yes friends, there it is showing the input is read successfully, and the output also will be written within that directory. Yes friends, here it is showing a success message here, then it means there is no error and the program is completely run. And now let's go to this. Here I will show you input successfully read, okay, record from this one, from this directory. And here also it is showing us the output directory where the output is stored. Right now here you can easily type like print working directory. So it is showing us I am in this directory currently, so I can type here like cd. I will go to the new directory called pig directory. Right now print working directory, and now here, now if I put here ls, it is showing me here we have two, one is a file, input file, and this is the output directory. So the output is stored within this directory. I will change the directory, so by saying output ls, so it is showing me the output is here. Now I will type here cat, and then I say port /or/ followed by 5 zeros, and then press that. It is showing us the result. So hi is repeated once, age is repeated twice, mom is repeated 3 times, sir is repeated 3 times, so hello is repeated 4 times. Like that it is counting each and every word. So this is the way how to run the program and execute the program. One thing else, friends, here when I say ls, see what we are getting. It is showing us HDFS, then localhost, this is port number, and then followed by the directories which we have already created. This also you can put there, like I will take the copy of this from here to there, Control C. In some examples they have put like that. So I will come to the file, and here what was the name of file? It is this one. So before that, here you can paste this also, HDFS, then colon, / double /, then we have localhost, and here we have port, and then the remaining things you have to put the same like that, right? Now I will store into this one into output 1, or out, I will put here out, because that folder is already created. I save this and close it. And how to run the program? I will say pig, then x here, map reduce, and then we have word count program, and that is I will run the program. So since it is taking some time, friends, I will pause it and then I will show you the output. Yes, friends, here it is showing us the message, success message. So if I go to here, see, friends, it is showing me this time. It says that successfully read zeros records from this directory, HDFS, localhost, port number, then user, HD user in there, and then it is saying the output is in this directory. You can go and see the output. So for that, now I will type here pig. Now I'm here, print working directory, it's showing me I'm here right now. So I will say change directory to out. It is not out. Where it was? Where was the output? Yeah, pig, then out we have, friends. I will go to first pig, and then we have our directory, and here if I type, it is showing me as this is the output, and easily you can see the output by saying cut, then port /or/ 5 zeros, and this is the output. So I will quit here, and here I will stop the services, not sh. Now it will stop all the services. So friends, this is the way how to execute the program and run the program locally and test it on Hadoop cluster. And this was the word count program. We explain it, and here I showed you how to select the path, and here also I showed you how to select the output directory. So I hope you understood all these things about Apache Pig, and we wrote a program called word count program, test it locally and run it on Hadoop cluster.